Hello and welcome to Ben's Beer Reviews. It's been a while since our last one, so I decided to do it again, because why not?
Because this way we get to drink beer.
Basically,
even more of an excuse than regular.
Yeah, this is like the most haphazard series ever, hence me still recording on an iPhone. Yeah. Whatever. Screw it. So today we'll be reviewing Pot and Kettle Oatmeal Porter by Trillium Brewing Company out of Boston, Mass. It's right on Congress Street, which is pretty cool. Most of the breweries by Boston are either in Chelsea or in Everett. A lot of them in Everett. Framingham also has Jack Sabby.
But they tend to be in
Places where they're cheap warehouses
with much lower rent. So somewhere that's not only in Boston, but pretty much in the middle of Boston
is pretty ridiculous.
Pretty cool.
I have no idea how they pay their bills, but they make great beer. I've had two of their beers so far. Their Trillium Saison, and then their not Meadowlark. That's
so Wake Robin.
Wake Robin. They have like a bunch of
red rye
beers. Saison.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. I'll have to review that at some point. But I saw this at the craft beer cellar in Belmont. Picked it up. The place where I work at gives these guys their bottles. I work at Mystic, and I will not review their beer / our beer, because that's really tacky. I might like mail it to like Chris Stultz from Beer Geek Nation or some other place, but I'm not going to review it. That's stupid.
Yeah. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. I mean, you should buy it, but I'm not going to review it.
Yeah, it's pretty good beer.
I'm not ashamed to work there. I wouldn't apply to a place that sucks. Anyway.
That's a good call.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So let's get into this.
Just disclaimer, he has not had this beer. I have had it before. So
yeah. I think I've had like maybe a sip of it once at like Lord Hobo, but
okay.
I don't know. Alright, so
yeah, when I had it, it was on cask at Lord Hobo.
cask. That's also nice.
It was.
Alright, there you go. So right away there's a one finger head. It's kind of light khaki-ish. Khaki. Some very, very gentle bubbles streaming along the side of the glass, but not a whole lot. It's pretty dark. There were some red notes as I poured it. It's not the blackest beer ever. It's pretty actually transparent for how dark it is. It's pretty clear, but it is a very, very dark brown black. There's not like a lot of red along the edges of the glass. It's just a dark looking beer.
Mm-hmm.
Usually porters are a bit lighter than this, but whatever. The head dissipated already.
Yeah.
So
you've got typical oatmeal porter notes. There actually is a bit of an oatiness.
yeah, there's a bit of oatmeal. There's
A little bit of like a chocolate.
a lot of chocolate. I think I'm getting some diacetyl, which is a chemical that occurs in brewing as a kind of off flavor. It's actually found a lot in English beer. The reason why I think is because I'm not super good at picking up on it. I was drinking some of our release of at the brewery with Adam, our head brewer, and we have a bit of diacetyl before we ship it. It dies down in the bottle, but this is pretty new. Must be bottled within a week. Some kind of dark fruits, but very, very roasty notes. Almost a kind of note of a Chinese apothecary. Do you get that too?
I can see where you're going.
Yeah, the kind of like rootiness of it. If any of you have ever went to Chinatown or any traditional Chinese pharmacy, they have a very distinct musk about it, and it's cool, but it is medicinal smelling.
Yeah.
This has it. India Brown Ale has much more of that.
Mm-hmm. By Dr. Shed.
Yeah, but
Wow.
yeah, let's get into it. Yeah, very nice, very nice. Lots of right away kind of roasty notes as you start from a porter. It's not like a huge caramel bomb like some stouts are.
Yeah.
It reminds me kind of the Fuller's Porter. It's not as roasty as the Samuel Smith's Porter, which is really, really coffee-ish. It's not as roasty as the Fuller's Porter either. It's got a nice weight behind its malt bill. Sometimes you get these roastings that's just kind of all up front and it dissipates and tastes thin, but just kind of burned.
Yeah.
This has not had that problem. Its mouthfeel's very kind of viscous and velvety. Thanks to the oatmeal. Lots of dark chocolate, like 7% cocoa chocolate.
But there isn't as much chocolate as I was anticipating.
No.
It's there's a lot of roastiness. There's also like a sweetness to it that I can't.
Yeah,
It's not really.
it's like it's not caramel. No, it's a very kind of toned down sweetness.
I don't know, maybe like a little bit of brown sugar, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, you do get some of the kind of fruitiness that I was talking about.
What's the percentage on it? 7.5 ABV.
Okay.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tasty beer.
Yeah, it is. It's not the thickest mouthfeel.
No.
Which is good. It's a porter. It's not a stout.
Yeah, and I mean, especially recently, I've been having I feel more wheat heavies than porters and stouts.
Really?
But, yeah, actually.
Oh, did I see that coming?
And it's nice for a beer to actually taste as dark as it looks. Which is my main complaint with wheat heavies a lot of the time.
Yeah. Not a lot of kind of fruit notes in this. Kind of actually like my tongue's kind of numb, which is very weird. It's kind of pleasant. So there's that, which is nice. I don't get like a lot of diacetyl notes in the flavor, just kind of on the nose. The nose of diacetyl like smells kind of butterscotch, but also kind of like warmed glass. If that makes any sense. I don't know, or at least
sure.
Whereas like in the taste, it tastes like kind of artificial butter, butterscotch, which I don't get right now.
Yeah, this nice roastiness to it, a little bit of kind of a semi-sweet chocolate. There's a bit of a sweetness, but also kind of an herbal bitterness towards the end of it.
Dan and I were talking about taste profiles, and I kind of want to like bring this up because that was I was out to eat with my dad, and I was showing him some beers, and he said that all the profiles are just kind of flat. It was good, but it was kind of gentle. This one, if I'm going to draw, I'm going to right now, kind of spearheads and then tails off very, very end. There's a very, very long finish, but it's very, very subtle.
Yeah.
The flavor kind of peaks right before the swallow. So like right in the mid-mouth, it's kind of at its zenith. But
Now I think you're just gonna watch us drink.
yeah. That dissipates really quickly on this. Or at least mine did.
My head's lasting longer.
Yeah. Alright, so let's just give it marks, I guess, now.
Okay.
Alright.
Do that.
I'm gonna give it an 89. It's really good. It's not an amazing beer. It's really, really good. I'm not like taking it away from it. It's like, I don't find porters as a style like that mind-boggling. This is solidly made. It's really drinkable. It's really enjoyable.
It's got nothing weird and funky
Nothing
going on.
against it.
Just really solid, straightforward oatmeal porter.
Yeah. It just doesn't, like Wake Robin, you take a sip and you're like, this is really sexy.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels luxurious when you drink Wake Robin. This is great, but it's not like transcendent.
Yeah, I mean, I've told you that my cherry being popped with Trillium was their Congress Street IPA, which is still a beer that I've yet to find because apparently they'll bottle a batch of it and it will be sold out in that day. And it's absolutely amazing. Their farmhouse, their traditional saison, their flagship beer, Trillium. Really, really solid beer. The Wake Robin, absolutely amazing. This is still a very, very solid beer.
But the style is not as fancy, even as pale ale. Porter.
Well, pale ale, because it pronounces a lot of, like, you have to have a good balance between the malt and the hops, and there's a lot of room for playing around in that.
But like even traditionally, pale ale is for gentlemen in England. This porter was kind of for working class schlubs, and this is
Nice, dark, relatively high ABV without being absurd. You can drink this for a decent amount of time, but you will get somewhere, unlike if it's like a 3 or a 4%. Really just good tasting, solid oatmeal porter. I'll probably give it an 87. It really good. There's nothing in it that, like, I'm not drinking it and just being like, wow, this is a beer I need now, or this is not a beer that I will be dreaming about or anything, but
I'll pick up this bottle and I recommend that you should as well.
If it's on a tap list at a bar near
or
you,
cask. Cask sounds like the perfect.
On cask, it was really good.
Pick it up. Definitely.
Nice heavy, dark beer. We're drinking it in totally the wrong season, but
it should be like consumed like October.
This is not October though. This is July. It's a little bit warm for this. But
yeah. Alright, this has been Ben's beer review of Trillium Pot and Kettle Oatmeal Stout, which is, as Josh said, 7.5.
Also, Trillium right now,
ABV.
they only have a license to put out the 750 milliliter bottles. I'm really looking forward to the day that they get their pint license. Apparently, it's two different licenses.
Yeah, you need are you talking about like a full pour license at the place? Or
no, in order to bottle.
Yeah,
pints.
I, for their sake, don't want them to, because they're like a really small operation and it's just such a pain in the ass.
I can sympathize with that, but I would love to be able to pick up a 6-pack or a 6-pack of any other Trillium beer.
That'll be super.
Or even a 4-pack, whatever.
And when they get their like full pour license, and you don't just like get samples there.
Okay.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Once again, Trillium, a brewery that we are both pretty big fans of.
Yeah.
Kind of hometown favorites right now with people in the beer community.
Yeah.
And there's some other.
Well, I mean, like they're not as big as I guess like two major players are, besides like Pretty Things and Clown Shoes, are Mystic and Jack Savvy.
Yeah.
They're both kind of like, but these guys are like hyper underdogs because they're only a year old and they're already making massive waves. Their pale ale was considered.
People who really like beer in the city love them. Pretty much nobody else has heard about them. So if you see their stuff at a liquor store, I think only the craft beer seller carries stuff.
Yeah.
You can find some of their bottles at festivals. You can usually find stuff.
You can just go to the brewery.
You can go to the brewery.
Get a sample
on Congress Street.
Get a growler. Support them.
Fucking amazing beer.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
that's it.
Till next time, cheers.
All right. Cheers.